How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to the Raptorstrike Podcast. How's everybody doing tonight for a very special episode 44? Now, I will preface with this.
44.
We are... I said 44. I said
44. Yeah, you said 44.
Oh.
I'm just repeating.
Fo. Yo, what's up? Let's go.
Let's go.
Go, baby, don't give it. So I'm going to preface it with this. Because I feel like I look the most tired out of y'all, and I don't know why. I just kind of laid under the truck all day.
You disappeared, dude.
I disappeared.
My guy went stealth mode.
So we'll get into it in like the middle section of this video, but we actually installed Noah's rear bumper, right? And we'll get more into that, but we are all pretty tired. It's hot outside. Bumpers don't want to bumper sometimes. All that jazz. But how's everybody doing tonight? Did y'all eat dinner? What did y'all eat for dinner? That is always the first question.
Chicken.
What did we eat? Oh, we ate chicken. We had some tendies from Bushes, which hit the spot, by the way.
I think they hit too good of the spot because like
A little.
Time to go to sleep.
Yeah, I think the chicken really like night. But let's get right into it. First thing, if y'all can see here, boom! Look at it. Look at it. Yeah, they are in Raptorstrike branded Raptorstrike beanies.
over the head. But look at how wide it looks.
Over the head.
Oh man.
So we do have Raptorstrike beanies for sale now. Limited run for the time being. We're trying them out. We will say manufacturer went through. It's kind of small. They're smaller sizes. I'm gonna try to get some different sizes next time.
I'm gonna say they're in between. You know, they're an extra medium.
They're
Somewhere in there.
We did find it. We did come to the realization though that they do stretch out. This
Reasonably
one
well.
was stretched out pretty well. Nope. So we do have Raptorstrike beanies now. If y'all like them, if y'all want to order them, right now we only have 10 available. Well, 7 if we're keeping these. We kind of already have them on our head.
Yeah.
Unless you want a pre-worn one.
Yeah, if you want to pre-worn one,
Those are $30 each.
that we're all been sweating.
Stop downplaying our.
I'm sorry, $100 each.
There we go. I'll take that.
Sorry, 69 and 42 cents.
42 cents. There is an extra 0, but because of decimal places, all that jazz. But we do have Raptorstrike beanies now. Like we said, there's only 7 right now. If there is a bigger demand, we are looking to get bigger sizes, different sizes, in different colors. If y'all would like to see any different colors, let us know in the chat. Let us know in
What's the price?
comments below. So right now we decided on 200. No, actually 1,500 pennies.
Or $15.
Put 2 aside,
Don't know what that
please. All right.
2 aside.
All right.
We
We're
have
down.
5 available.
We're down to 5.
We have 5.
Yeah. They are going off the. What is it?
They're
flying off
They're flying off the shelves. just
they're
like that.
they are $15. We're selling. That's the first round of beanies. If we decide to go with another one for some reason, of course, subject to change, but $15.
The Gen 1 beanies.
The Gen 1 beanies. Yes, and they are pretty nice. What do y'all think about them?
They're comfy.
I guess. Let me go to the camera.
Okay.
Here goes.
Specs on these, or like
Specs. I can pull them up.
what's the thread count on these puppies?
I can probably find it. Where are you? There you are.
And I'm so sorry.
Hmm.
They're definitely beanies.
They are knitted winter beanies. I'm trying to find the more specifications. Knitted. Getting knitted beanies.
Wonderful.
Oh, 100% cotton. Yeah. Yes. So, good beanies, nice beanies, comfortable beanies. Yeah, so that's exciting. We're excited to bring more merch to y'all little by little as the demand grows, you know. But yeah, so that's merch.
Das merch.
They
look-
are warm and cozy.
They look warm and cozy.
I
Yes.
could wear this all day long.
Too warm for this room though.
Yeah, it's a little
Yeah,
swampy under
I'll
here.
probably take it off here in a bit,
I will.
but I'm gonna wear it for now.
Nice. Noah, if you want to get into why we ripped your rear bumper off your truck.
And half your front.
Oh, and half my front bumper. Well,
2/3.
for those y'all that watch the channel, not only the live podcast, we got our SVC front and rear bumpers in, and usually I'm really bad about installing parts, but these parts are so big that I have I don't really have anywhere to store them. So they kind of gotta go on the truck. Which the other side of that problem is now I have the factory stuff, and I also have nowhere to store them. So it's a catch-22.
Store it on my truck.
Yeah, we were gonna see if they will fit his truck.
But I broke my truck again.
That is true. The
Sal's truck broke.
what's the steering?
The inner tie rod.
The inner tie rod. I don't know if it broke loose or
It's just
it failed.
I think it's just defective because it only lasted a week. So it may be like that sometimes.
Yeah, I mean, you win some, you lose some. Mostly, sometimes lose, but it is what it is,
Sometimes maybe good, sometimes maybe shit.
and that's how it be. But we do have the SVC Mojave rear bumper, and that is now on the truck. As I've said in all the other videos that we've covered about it, it does move that rear hitch mount up, which the entire what's the approach and departure angle? The departure angle is now a whole lot higher, actually enough for Sal and Joey to go underneath the bed and actually just sit up.
There's
you can have a small picnic back there.
there's a part in the vlog video where I just like look at Sal. I'm like, man, that whole dude fit under there. We ran 2 cameras for the video this time. Sal had the GoPro, or the DJI version of the GoPro.
GoPro looking thing.
The Osmo,
GoPro looking
right?
thing.
Osmo?
Osmo is what I had.
DJI Osmo
Oh.
Action 5 Pro.
Okay.
Oh, I have the
So
Pocket,
many-
Osmo Pocket.
You have the Osmo Pocket 3, which is right here.
Yes. So
Let's try to use the actual name so we can get DJI to sponsor us.
DJI sponsor us, please.
DJI Osmo Action
5 Pro.
5 Pro. Sal had that camera, and he was doing more of the install, the step-by-step, what to do, what not to do. I was trying to kind of run in amok with the little camera. I was running around. I was putting in
He
everybody's
was
face.
yelling and just doing.
Punching holes in his IC cup.
I almost dropped my IC on Noah, and I caught it. And then I had a little arc going on that y'all were installing. So I was like, "What do I do? What do I do?"
Yeah, no, I mean,
I
think
got a
he's still red.
villain origin story.
Yeah.
I think the downside is I only have like 2 or 3 pictures, which that's really all you need because everyone kind of already knows what the rear bumper looks like.
It's like the bumper, but the rear.
But for the most part, I know we had watched. The funny thing is, we went on YouTube to look at other people uninstall the bumper, and they tell you how to completely strip it down. Now, since we were removing the entire thing, there was no reason for that. So Sal just disconnected the main harness wires that go to the rest of the truck. Disconnected that, and it was 3 bolts. Yeah, it was
3 bolts per side.
3
It
nuts
was-
per side, and he just whoop, and everything's out.
Yeah.
So
It's literally the truck is built to be taken apart, and it's 3, literally 3 wires, 6 bolts, and the whole thing just yoinks,
Links right off.
which is cool. Props to Ford. They did a good job.
they finally listened to the.
But yeah, that when you don't have the bumper, you don't have the spare tire, and you don't have the exhaust going through. There's space for some activities. There's like Noah said, a picnic. Think about mounting a TV in there and just chilling.
Let's see. All right,
You have it.
that is the wrong way.
Do.
There we go. Okay. So, well, this is just, I don't have the picture factory bumper, but we all know, y'all saw all those videos. And the, let's see. How do I, okay. Can I still, okay. Good. Are we looking more sports trucky? Some Baja right here. As you'll see in some of the videos, and as we spoke about in the last podcast, the rear tail pipes are gone. We uninstalled those and put some turn downs. The actual exhaust, right where this differential is, right behind the axle is where those dump. You can't see them. The spare tire is gone. as well as the spare tire pulley that you use to raise and lower it for you to be able to store your spare. All of that is gone. It was these 3 bolts or these 3 nuts that you take off from the factory bumper, and the whole thing comes off. Then you can go around and they provide you with 2, or I guess I should say 4 grade 8 bolts that you use to install the new bumper, and shebang. Look at that. Very, very like thin.
Demure.
It's very minimalistic, the rear bumper. It's hard to see, but there's the Mojave lasered out here, as well as the SVC off-road logo over here. And you have these little, it's the first time I've ever seen these, is the LED license plate mounts, or like they're actual bolts to hold the license plate, but they're also LEDs to light it up. And I think it looks amazing. And of course this thing sticks out. Hopefully, you know, I'm never rear-ended, but in the event that I am, this thing is going straight into the radiator of whatever's behind me, and it's not going to be a very good day for them. Mm-hmm. This section, I guess I should say, we're going to have a surprise guest tomorrow here at the shop. We're going to continue working on the truck, and something else that you do, you see this hint of red right here on both sides. Kenny may be coming out to
take off the camera.
Oh. Or just move it up. Yeah. Right here. This section, you see a little slide of red here. There's also red on the other side. It's what it is called is dovetailing. So all this section right here, I believe from this area down gets cut. And that's to just give it that better look, and as well as get this section away from the ground now that everything is moved up. Kenny's going to come on out to the shop and do that cutting because, to be honest with you, I'm too scared to. Because even though it's simple, I will mess it up. So shout out to Kenny for that. We'll have some documentation and we'll be filming for that. And as I've said, I think 2 or 3 episodes of the podcast ago, get used to seeing Kenny's face at Freedom Chariot on Instagram, because you're going to see him a whole lot more on the channel. So he's coming out. All of this section is going to be gone. He's going to cut that out tomorrow, and it should be really fun, as well as these sections here. So I believe it was this direction. Yeah. On the factory, you have the 3 bolts that connect the factory bumper. Now, these bottom ones you're supposed to cut out to make them flush, but what we're going to end up doing, because you can see that we did not cut those off, we are going to use these as the mounts for rear LED lights, similar to what I had on the factory setup. And that's mainly because I really like, of course, we have the chase lights in the Rad Designs third brake light, but I really like having some, like a combo. Yeah, I like having the auxiliary lighting in the rear that are white. That is both a combo of a spotlight and the floodlight. That way, if I'm going in reverse or it's dark somewhere, I can flip those on. And it just helps to have extra light. More light is never a bad thing when you're out either in the middle of nowhere or it's the middle of the night and you can't see. But
can you throw camera? Can you
put the camera back on? But that's going to be here to come. More than likely, we're going to go with some Baja Designs. Similar to these rectangular lights here. These are the yellows, but we'll more than likely do them down here, but in white or in a clear. Can the plates be like that? We don't ask questions like that.
The answer is yes.
Around here. Yes. The plate can be like that as long as it's lit. Because the track is always lit. Anyways.
Pew, 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 pew.
Again, you have the backup sensors here. There is also this hole that I'm probably going to plug up with a plastic cap, because that is for the mechanism to raise and lower
spare tire.
The spare tire, but we no longer have it there, so there's really no reason for that hole. But besides that, that was our day. Now, it doesn't really take that long to do the bumper, the rear bumper anyways, because it's very simple. You just take a few bolts off, take off the old one, put the new one on, and you're done. But we just took our time and just relaxed. And
There was one thing that the guys were having issues with was the
these lights?
lights. Were you about to say that?
No.
I was just gonna say, for anyone getting this bumper, getting a bumper that's been pre-powder coated, have a handy dandy tap and die.
I forgot about that. I thought you were going to say that we were trying to test the lights, but the wires weren't
Oh, it was
connected.
grounded.
So we were trying to test the license plate lights, but in the whole event of disconnecting the stock bumper, transferring the wiring harness to the new one, I forgot to reconnect the wiring harness to the truck. So I was like, okay, we're not getting either these lights are defective or we're not getting power. And then Joey was like, or was it you? I think it was you. One of
Was it
you.
you?
It was you.
It was me because I saw
Noah's
the
like-
ground doing this.
No one's
Just
like,
taking
we didn't connect the did we connect the harness? I'm like,
Yeah, I mean that's what happens when you get into like, even in IT or like in any field. If there's that level 2, level 3 technician, you always forget like the simple stuff. Or is it plugged in?
you're used
You
to
know?
troubleshooting the more difficult things, and then
Yeah.
you just end up having to.
You're
you
overthinking it.
you forget the small things. It's like, okay, the harness is there. Why isn't it getting power? Because
I
it's not plugged in.
remember a story that my mom had told me from when she worked at a doctor's office. But one of the ladies there, one of the nurses, she's like, the printer and the fax machine's not working. Like,
Are they
like
plugged in?
what's going on? And I think my mom had asked, are they plugged in? She's like, well, of course they're plugged in, but you know, they were plugged in, but the extension cord was on the floor, and someone stepped on the off button on accident because I guess they stood too close to the thing, to the where the feeder.
Been
So
there, done that.
you know, again, it's the simple things that are always going to bite you in the butt because you're not thinking about that. You're so far ahead that you forgot to check step 1.
Is
So
it getting power?
is it getting power? But all in all, it was a good time just hanging out. And you know, it was hot, but it wasn't like dying
You can
hot.
tell it's starting to become like winter.
Winter. We're going into the fall, autumn season.
We're on the cool down cycle in the dryer.
Yeah, but then like some wires short, and then it just catches fire, and we're
Again.
back.
Yeah,
We're back to the heat up stage.
They reset the timer.
Yeah. I don't have a pic. Do you have a picture of what the truck looks like right now? With the
Front.
corners off. He's gonna check his. He's
I
gonna
took
check
some.
his handy dandy notebook. Oh, you did?
Yeah, I'll send them.
Okay.
I have a picture of stealth.
No. Let me see that one again.
Here, it's in the chat.
Oh, it's in the chat.
I'm sending the stealth picture too. Here, I actually downloaded some pictures right now from the chat,
Oh,
so I
okay.
can download those.
So if you want to go into Messenger.
Oh, that is pretty cool. That is pretty cool.
Do you want me to get stealth
Sure,
too?
sure. Oh, are you gonna show those?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Joey's gonna show those.
Joey's pulling them up.
Yippee.
Open with photos.
Again, excuse the sniffles, because all of us have like pretty bad allergies. So
Horrible.
tomorrow I would like to get the truck aligned, as well as the new wheels and tires installed, and
Make sure that I don't.
man, I'm going a million miles a minute.
Yeah, so many things to do.
Yeah, so many things, not enough time.
So,
So-
this first picture,
was
the
taken at band
guys-
camp.
Yeah, the guys are taking off the, what do you call those little side things from the front bumper?
No clue.
The sides of the front bumper they took off,
Yeah, the triangles.
and I was kind of wandering. You know,
You're not wrong.
I don't know what they're called.
I was kind of wandering. I'm comedic effect. I'm the friend that just cracks jokes during the install while you know, today's subject, slavery.
Yeah.
It was for your. So I kind of wandered, and then Noah had the boxes for the bumpers. So I got in one of the boxes. And I was using my phone as like a little submarine scope. And I was looking at y'all. Y'all were working. I was there for about 15 minutes before they
I honestly
came
thought
looking.
he went inside to go use the restroom.
Yeah.
Same.
And then I was like stealth. So that's on my story. I can't click through these yet. So
Oh, because you have to.
yeah, I have
That's
other
okay.
pictures. Here you go.
You'll be okay.
And now here is the bumper.
Oh, the Crimson Chin.
I like the
Mojo
exposed
Jojo.
tires like that.
The exposed tires looks really good, except for that dimple right in the center. Right in the center
You
of the bumper.
reversed or you? Did someone reverse into you?
No, when I bought the truck, I never knew that dent was there because that's where that's the factory location of the plate.
The license plate.
No
Yeah.
worries.
So when I removed the plate, I'm like, what the hell? Like, did y'all really sell me a truck? How do you hit something when there's a front-facing camera? Someone please explain that to me. When you have... Now, granted, the camera's not always on. You have to press it to turn it on. But...
If you're parking, you should probably use the front-facing
But...
camera.
Yeah, Leo always tells me, like, man, dude, you're freaking spoiled. You got all these cameras to look around. And I'm like, I'm not... I pay for it every month. I earned these cameras, okay? I earned these cameras. But that's just a hint of what it's going to look like when the new bumper is on. Really, the front, the right
It's
up
gonna look
front on
way different.
in the shop is just, it looks like a... I'm like, guys, are we like an off-road shop now or something? Like, that's what it looks like because, parts are just piling up. We have parts here in the studio still that we need to install. And it's just, I can't even think of the word that I'm looking for. It's just like you start with this idea and then it just starts snowballing and it gets bigger and bigger and bigger. And
You start...
I think Sergeant Hood calls it the dog chasing the car. Like, then you'll catch it. And of course, the dog doesn't know what to do with the car. I mean, it's, but at this rate, we're going along. It's the design. Yeah, the design is ever changing. It's always fluid, and Kenny's actually the one that recommended that rear bumper from SVC. Because I have already chosen the front bumper, which is the Baja model, and at that rate, it was like, hey, well, you can save on freight, right? Because you're not paying two different manufacturers to ship a heavy package, and well, if you watch the videos, you'll know that we received them, and they weren't in the best shape, at least for the front bumper, but. Luckily, working with SVC and Apollo, everything's getting ironed out, and there isn't that much heartbreak. So, yeah, you got some bumps and scrapes on some of the equipment that we got out there, but
It's gonna get bumped and scraped anyways.
Yeah, at least I hope not too hard. But the main thing is like, sure, it is what it is. You can't change it. Unfortunately, there's plenty of jobs and people in this world where they just don't care. It's not theirs. They're just there for the paycheck, and they couldn't care less.
Mm-hmm.
And there's nothing we can do to change that, so there's no reason to get all worked up about it, because you can't change it. You can't change how people work. To be honest with you, I don't know where I was going with that one. I had like a whole
Spiel.
I had a whole thought and I lost it. But we can still recover from this, right, Joy?
Recovery, Raptorstrike, rescue and recovery. That is one of our
little whistle.
one of our brands. We can recover from that. But it's cool to see where the truck is going. From stock in the first time we took it out in what was it, January 2023. January 2023, all stock, bone stock. The only thing aftermarket was the wrap, and it was fully sound. We're talking about it earlier today. Was that the last run that Noah did the first time around? He sent it right? And he didn't send it too hard because the truck still made it home. You know, Sal had to monkey a little bit, but he comes back and he parks the truck, and we remember this guy coming up and saying, "Hey man, you sent it a little too hard. If you're gonna want to do that, you're gonna want to replace this and this. If you're gonna want to do this, this is what you're gonna want to get, and this and this. Hey, here's my number." And it was that was a cool guy. Turns out,
Yeah.
it was Weston.
It's gone full circle, a whole year and a half later.
Mm-hmm.
And I had asked Weston about that, and he's like, "No, I don't remember. I don't think that was me." I go, "I am pretty sure it was you, man. Like I vividly remember that." And I think I finally looked up his account again because that's when we did R&R and everything. And I open it up and I'm like, we have old messages from January 23rd or
2023,
somewhere around there, 2023. And it's like, it was you. All that, like 2.5 or a year and a half ago, it was you. Like I remember it. But it's funny how you meet certain people and they just pop up again sometime later. And it's this ever-changing loop of just how small the world is. And I'm using that as a segue to continue on to our big announcement.
Drumroll, please. So, big announcement is that we are going to have our first celebrity guest on the podcast, and it is Mr. Chingo Bling. What?
Wait, sorry.
Oh, there it goes. Hey, he's a comedian. So couple headshots for y'all. Couple headshots. Look, bam, 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 bam.
Nah, don't sit him next to me because I'm too self-conscious, man. I can't sit next to the king of tamales.
The tamale king Chingo Bling.
Like, don't do that to me, man. I'm
Big
more like
cinnamon.
the menudo pan, something like that. But again, earlier this year, was it this year?
Yeah. No,
yes.
October of last year.
Was it?
It was October of last year.
So October of last year, here's where I'm talking the whole year later. We actually went to see Chingo Bling live, mainly because my cousin Juan Perez also works with Chingo Bling, and he opens up for him. So at that rate, I'm going to support family, and you know he's chasing his dream. He wants to do comedy, which I'm not. I don't want to sound biased, but he did a really good with his set.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I saw him when he opened a long time ago. I think 2 or 3 years ago when he first started, and you could tell he's gaining his tracks. He's remembering his jokes. He's trying to smooth out the spot, the punchlines and everything. And when we saw him last year in October, he rolled with the hits. He's also the host, so he'll go back on stage.
Mm-hmm.
He goes on stage, he does his bit, he gets off, he introduces the next person, they get on, you know, and he does the mic transfer basically, and he'll introduce the next person, and then finally he'll introduce Chingo Bling. And you know, the funny part behind, or that I think is like, everyone that was in attendance, or majority of everyone that was in attendance as well as performing, were all Latino. So there was that backbone of jokes that you never really think are universal, or it's like, I'm not crazy, that happens to everybody. You know, it's funny. It's funny to have stories of your own, but it's also, I would say, even more hilarious, and it allows you to bond with other people that you don't know about when they have similar stories. And it's like, you know what, I'm not alone in some of this crazy stuff that happens, because apparently it happens to everybody. So I guess it's true in the sense of history will repeat itself, just in a different fashion for different people. And so it's amazing, and of course, similar to everything else that's happened on the channel, is completely random, you know. And our main theme that we'd like to run with is, you know, chasing your dream. Of course, Chingo Bling is a comedian, and he's good at what he does. He's perfected it, you know. He's always there's never a point where you're good enough or you're, I don't need to change anything. It's 100% we're good. And similar with jokes, there's always a different way to tell a joke. There's always new jokes to tell. There's always ways to get better. And no, of course, comedy doesn't run in line with racing or with off-road but the main things that you can bond about are the stories of traveling, the stories of meeting new people, the stories of I wasn't very confident going on stage, or I wasn't very confident going to the first starting line and just doing it. And then you get that rush. And for Sal and I, we've done performances for years, way back when. And you always get that rush of just adrenaline, and, you spent all this time practicing and trying to perfect your craft. Honing a blade, and of course there's a section of a blade where you're honing and you're sharpening too much that it becomes dull. Mm-hmm. But you need to make sure that you're just continuing to with that practice and just getting better with whatever you're doing. In reality, I guess the main thing that everyone says is practice makes perfect, which
there's no such thing.
In a sense, that is true. But there's also, like Sal just said, there's no such thing as perfect. Because there's always ways to improve. And you can just build on top of that. So I remember seeing Chingle Bling, he's probably not going to like me saying this, but when I was younger, when I was a kid, because he's been performing, for quite a while. And, he started with like funny raps and parodies and all that, and they were funny, but you see that progress of time where now it's not right to say certain things and you can't say certain things, so now your jokes have to kind of change. There's some comics that don't care.
Yeah.
There's some comics that just, oh well, like you bought a ticket, you knew what you were getting into, you know how I am, and that's it. But with other comics, they evolve
to the scene.
It's ever changing.
Yep.
And I would say he's also evolved in that way, but he gives those little hints of the original Chingle Bling, and that's something I can respect. Of course, you can bomb on stage, and I'm pretty sure he and my cousin have plenty of times, but it's always what you do after. Do you stop and just, what, maybe this isn't for me? Say you go out on the track, you break apart. Well, are you going to call that the end, or are you going to say, I'm going to master that corner, I'm going to master that jump, I'm going to master this track, and it's something that you can always work towards and try to get better at. And I'm excited to have, our second guest, but our very first celebrity guest with us. So, Tawan and Chingle, I wish y'all safe travels here to San Antonio. I believe you're already in San Antonio, but this is, I believe, the last leg of their current tour.
Yes. So this week, they have shows from the 10th through the 13th in San Antonio, but this is their last stop in their tour. I believe they were in one of the cities was Corpus for sure, and they were at a couple other cities, but this is their final stop.
Okay. Which
was, I think that was the same in last year. I think the shows we went to were the last shows.
Okay. No, I remember him talking about even performing at the flea market out on Poteet Highway.
Yeah, Flea World.
Yeah. So I mean, again, you start small and you just start working your way up from there. And if he would have stopped at just the flea market, he wouldn't be traveling the country, And that's something I'd like to do for us, where we're what the funny thing is about Raptorstrike? We're in San Antonio, but we've gained a lot of traction in Houston.
Yeah.
It's
yes.
3 hours away, but it seems like we have not a bigger following, but just more interaction with the scene in Houston rather than the scene here in San Antonio. Hopefully we can change that and we can have more of a scene in San Antonio, Houston, Austin, where you
Dallas.
start growing.
Decatur.
Dallas,
Decatur.
Decatur, yeah, Decatur. Again,
Decatur.
what was it? The Anime Frontier, was that the one up in Fort Worth?
Anime Frontier.
Yeah, we were looking at them at San Japan, and they were saying they were gonna have a car show. There,
I thought that was Lubbock.
one of them was HeroCon, was Lubbock, but I think it was Frontier that they're up in. Hold on, let me look it up, because I'm gonna tell Weston
Fort
and
Worth?
Brody to go. Yeah, Anime Frontier. Don't make fun of me. I can't spell. Let's
None of us
see.
can.
I don't know how to spell either. I don't know how to talk.
Fort Worth, Texas.
Fort Worth,
Anime Frontier.
DFW.
Powered by Crunchyroll.
Yes,
Let's see.
it is on.
Feature. Oh, they are having a Natasha showcase.
Weston.
It is
Brody.
the Senpai Squad and plus Itasha car showcase.
You gonna sign up for
Interesting.
that?
We'll slap a sticker, anime sticker on the R&R trucks and get them out there at Tasha now.
For me to sign up for that, I need to finish the truck. Finish the truck. Yeah. Show up with no
When is
bumper
it?
in the front. December 6th, but I don't know how long they were taking. Apply to have your car in the showcase.
Screw it, we'll do it live.
Yeah.
We'll do it live.
Can you tell us about your car? Truck, actually, but
It's a truck. It's.
under the sauce.
I'm Italian. This is
It's
hurting
a
me.
2019 Ford.
It's from Chicago.
Okay. Well, where do you live? I live in San Antonio. It's under the sauce.
In Texas.
Okay,
Duh.
tell us about your car. Does your car contain copyrighted images or reference of any IP?
Yes, that's the whole
Yeah,
point of it,
that's the point
Tasha.
of-
Okay. Well, I don't think we're gonna apply for that one because that's a little too technical for me. That goes back to the did the designer do your? Because that's another part of it is like getting permission
Original
to put the,
Character.
and it's like details me
No.
still. Doesn't matter. The truck looks nice.
Yeah, like all Tasha or like, what's the word? Like cartoon cars. They all. I mean,
It's
the
like those cars with,
Rugrats
like,
and-
Those
Gengar.
cars with like M&M's wraps. Do they get
What's that dude's name?
permission?
Forgot his name. The NASCAR guy. That dude cracks me up. He's the driver for Eminem. He's hilarious because
Is
he
it
don't
Kyle
care.
Busch?
Yeah, that dude's like, what? You hate me? You?
I think the funniest interview I've seen of him, and let me bring up a picture of Kyle Busch so people know who we're talking about.
I
And
don't think people know who we're talking about anyway.
I don't even know who we're talking about. I just know him because I know I've seen it. Here it is. Let me. Bada boop bop bow. There we go.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's Kyle Busch right there in the
So,
M&Ms.
He is very good at driving. He's
Very aggressive driver.
He's very aggressive, and he's very confident. So a lot of his interviews is him like, yeah, they hate me, and I know it. Do something.
One of the funnier ones that the reason why I knew exactly who you're talking about is because I think someone bumped him on the track, and like he lost first place because they like hit his back bumper, and you can see him like his face is all red, and he just has like his little water bottle with his straw, and they're like, Kyle, how do you feel about the race? And he's like, I'm just here so I don't get citation. I'm just here so he just saying like I'm just standing here because I have to, and he's like, I'm just here so I don't get a citation. Are we done? These are stupid questions. And then they're like, all right, you can go. And he's like, he just walks off.
Reasonably.
Reasonably, he was upset. I don't know the full story. But I'm going to say if you get bumped in the back bumper and you lose first place, you're going to be upset. But that's just his personality. He's there to win. And really, there's nothing wrong with that. But also, you don't got to be an ass about it.
Yeah.
But at that rate, you got to put on that persona. Like what is it? My brother did Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, and they entered him into a competition. Well, again, it's that you have the training to fight, you have the training to race, but you have to get into that mindset. You got to get into character, because on one hand, you know, he participated and he didn't win, right? It's a tournament. He didn't win the tournament, but the whole thing behind it was he has the ability to do it. He knows how to do it. He can defend himself, but he wasn't in that mindset of, I need to hurt my opponent. It was, if I do something wrong, I can hurt this guy, and I don't mean to. Like, there's no life threatening against it. So of course he wasn't going all out. He wasn't using his full strength. He wasn't, because y'all of course met my brother and been around him. That bastard's strong. Like, for no, like
no reason
for
whatsoever.
for being the man that was the high school kid playing video games in his room. He's just too strong. Like, I don't know where all that muscle came from, but it's there, and you know he can throw somebody around if he wanted to. But it's in that, just like I said with Kyle Busch, where he's in that zone and he's going to be that different person. He's going to be hardcore. He wants to win. When it comes to any kinds of those sports, you gotta lock in. And it's either use what you know and use it to your advantage, or, you know, play it safe. And for me, when I go out driving on the track, I play it safe because I'm driving that thing home.
Gotta drive this back
Not on
home.
the trailer.
It's not.
That is a daily.
That is a daily, you know, and there will come a time where I can push it a little bit harder as I get a little bit more comfortable. And I believe a lot of these upgrades, of course, some of them are mostly appearance-wise. When I get springs, lift up the front, I think the main thing that I really want, and for those of y'all watching, if y'all ever come across it magically, because you know how our cell phones like to hear us, so if they're hearing this video too, something I'm looking for the truck, or like a harness bar. Currently only one company owns it, or not owns it, but makes it and sells it, and I do not hear, they are actually, like, I'm not going to say the company, but they're not favored in the community because of how they act towards customers. Which is basically the exact opposite of Apollo Off-Road. Like, if you buy something from them, you're getting it, or just like we've seen with this one, they're going to do whatever they can to make sure it's corrected. And yeah, which is a dilemma, because like I said, they're the only ones that
Make
make a harness bar that's reasonably priced, because it's not the other harness bar that they do manufacture, or that's another company manufactures, is a whole like half cage. And I'm like, I don't think I want to do a $1,700 $2,000 half a roll cage and then not be able to sit in my back seat. So it's like, damn it. But that's one thing I did talk to Gumby about, is being stationary and like held in the seat. Because he did say, of course, when you're getting thrown around in the cab, the truck feels like it's out of control, and that's when you start trying to correct for
things that aren't happening.
Yeah, just because your body's moving around and you're thinking the vehicle's doing that, and you're like overcorrecting or you're pressing the brake too hard. He's like, once you're stationary, it's a completely different. You drive a completely different way, because you can now feel where the car's going. And there's a lot to say about the butt dyno. A lot of people make fun of, and hold on, let me get a video of like a dyno for cars. That way I can give that representation to, what is it?
DYN.
I was putting,
like dinosaur.
here it is.
Puro pare. Puro pare. Puro pare.
Jingle bling. I was a late response. A response is a response. I'll take it. Joey, if you want to come over to my screen, please. He's gonna say no.
No. That's a Mustang.
I don't know the full name, but I know what it's called in the industry is a dyno.
Dynamometer.
Okay, there it is. Thank you, Sal.
What kind of dinosaur is that?
All of it's not a dyno. It measures horse purse.
It measures torque.
Yeah.
And then calculates Hertzpers.
There you go.
Actually,
Thank you, Wikipedia. So, this is a dyno. There's these rear drums that you park over. They strap down the vehicle. They add a giant fan to blow air as if the vehicle is moving. And all of this will calculate You do what is called a pull, which is whoever's running the test, you basically jam on the gas between, it's different for every vehicle, but we'll say between 2,000 RPM and
Red line.
5,000 or red line, which is the max that you can safely rev the vehicle. And it'll, as Sal just said, it'll measure the torque, and it will do a calculation on the horsepower of a vehicle, how much power that it has. And one thing that is always kind of made fun of is when we talk about the butt dyno. And by that, we mean you, the mechanic, actually sitting in the seat to feel what is wrong. Just similar to...
feel what the car's doing.
Yeah. So if your butt dyno's not stationary, if that vehicle is not strapped down, it's going off of that dyno and into somebody or the shop or a wall, because it needs to stay strapped down. So if your butt is in your seat, you can actually feel what is going on with the truck or the car. You know which way or which direction it's leaning, because that's where your body's going along with the vehicle. And it brings a whole other meaning to being one with the machine, because you can actually feel what's
You're
happening.
literally strapped into it.
Yeah, just like I had a cousin that he can tell if a spark plug's out, based off of how it's idling, how it feels, how it sounds, or like the steering rods and tie rods. Yeah, the tie rods, not steering rods.
Ugh.
You can feel that it's starting to wave. You can feel that play in the steering wheel. You can feel how you turn just slightly and nothing happens, and you're still going straight, or you can feel the opposite of where you barely touch it and you start going in that direction. So all of those key factors are things that can help me get better with truck time and just being able to perform better and hopefully start winning some friendly competitions. So I like to call them, until we can actually like enter. We haven't entered for any of the big competitions yet, or at least like tour or Texas Raptor runs, because I feel that the truck's not ready for me to try to do it yet. There's a few extra like preventative pieces that I want to get just to make sure I don't mess up too hard. But again, that's just me in my head of being, I would feel better participating when I have this stuff installed, which goes...
Safety equipment is not something you want to bypass.
Yeah. Safety equipment and, what's the word? Preventative equipment. So like bed supports. So when you do a jump...
Or your bed doesn't end up like this?
Yeah, there's guys that go out there and they run off-road really, really, really hard. And it's not... your tailgate, the back of your truck is like this, and they'll do a couple of jumps and it'll start doing this. And they've shown like them putting quarters like in that gap just to show you how much it's moved, because unfortunately the truck is made to jump, but the body parts fatigue after a while and they'll start moving because they're not exactly made to jump.
It's still an F-150 at the end of the day.
it's still a vehicle for everyday use. It's not a custom built, what is it, $350,000 race trophy truck that are specifically that are fiberglass, like just to cover.
It's just a fiberglass cover over a tube chassis,
like a monster truck.
Yeah,
like a monster truck.
Or it's like half of a actual cab of a vehicle,
and that's it, and the rest is tubular.
Like the rest of it's just tubes.
No, that's too much money. Right now,
I know
that's too much money.
I
right
know
now.
Factory 5 sells a kit, just takes a cab of a 2015 plus F-150.
Hold on,
and it's just it comes in freight, and it's already like a prefab chassis, and you just slap your cab on it.
We got the hot rod truck. You got the coupe. What's that? Oh, is it this one?
Yeah.
Oh, XTF. Oh,
it's meant to look like a second jet.
Let's see.
You want to switch to the...
I'm going to switch to my screen, Julie. So, although this looks... this looks like a Raptor, the only thing that's really a Raptor is the centerpiece, the doors,
the only thing that's
the
actually
cab.
forward is the centerpiece.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
This is like a Factory 5
a kit.
truck kit. So, what is that? Cantilever?
That is
Or,
a 4-link.
4-link rear suspension.
It's a kit for
There it is.
the Raptor.
No,
You just-
it is a kit car. Like it is a chassis,
All you need is a F-150.
and all you need is an
Cab.
F-150 cab.
See, they
and
show.
engine transmission.
Look at that.
So the kit looks like a Raptor.
It looks like a Raptor, but it is not a Raptor.
It's a Raptor Max. It's Pro
Pro Max Ultra.
Pro Max Ultra. Look at that.
Yeah, that is tube chassis.
Factory 5. Oh, I don't even get a tailgate. Boo. 'Cause you don't have a bed. That's why.
So it comes with the wheels and the shocks and everything. You just need to provide the cabin.
Right here.
You just need to provide an F-150 cab, the engine, transmission, rear end transfer case, and differentials. Wiring harness, front and rear brakes. Basically, the
You need the truck.
yeah, you need the truck. The only thing they provide the chassis and all like the rear end stuff.
So if you just buy an XLT for whatever year they need, you just give it to them and it's good.
Well, no,
No.
you just get the chassis.
That you order this. You order.
Scroll up.
No, but I mean, you get the truck and you give it to them.
No. You
The-
get that in the mail, and then you have to put it together.
Yeah. So you know what that means. That means this thing will never be finished if I had it.
So you need that truck, and then you order the parts from them, and then say you're not a mechanic.
Say, for example,
you have to go to a shop. You have to
Yeah.
go to a Gumby.
More specific options. Optional tow package includes a hitch, panhard bar, and axle limiting straps.
$700. The thing about this is it's not unreasonably priced. That kit is $25,000.
Yeah, but okay, so you get that tube chassis, right?
Uh huh.
Do you get the quarter panels, the grills, the front end, the wheels?
You get the fiberglass, yes.
You get the fiberglass.
Yeah.
And do you get all the other performance stuff?
No, you have to provide your powertrain. You can choose what powertrain you want to put
Well,
in.
no, I'm saying
Complete
wheels.
off-road ready front and rear control arm and coilover suspension. Ultra-wide body composite panels includes entire front and rear truck. Laser cut aluminum truck bed, front and rear bumpers, tailgate, and upgraded headlights.
All fasteners, adapters, trim panels to complete the conversion.
So tube chassis and then all the body panels.
Yeah.
Got it. So you give everything else. Suspension.
You give your cab. You need to provide a rear diff and the front diff,
But that's what you're pulling over from
and
here.
that's what you're pulling off the truck. So, say for example, you buy a totaled F-150 that just had like front end damage, but it still drives, or it had like a tree fell
a
on the
rear
bed.
end and the bed is trashed.
Yeah. Like say it was rear ended.
Mhm.
You can take your rear diff, take your powertrain, take your cab off, and pop it into that, and you have a working like
So
off-road truck.
this can be anything from like the 3.5 to the 5.2. So anything you provide.
Yeah, you put your own powertrain in it.
So I would say that your best bet is getting a Coyote F-150 that's wrecked with a very nice cab, and then just moving that baby over and everything else.
Yeah, move the entire powertrain over, move your cab over, and finish the build.
And then ta-da! Are these like actual ones that were finished? Oh, I guess if you want to look at these, look at that. You got the matte gray, you got the red, black, white. They put a different bumper on it.
Yep.
I like the red one.
This one?
Yeah. That bumper is so cool.
It looks very.
You know, send my bumper back. I'm gonna get this. I want to get this one. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, that's a cool. It's a lot lower than I would expect, though.
But it also has a ton more suspension travel than the Raptor.
No, you got a point. You got a point there, buddy. Anyways, that's a cool. How did we get to this?
I don't know. We were talking about
Cars. And then we were talking about Kyle Busch. And then
Yeah, I have no idea how
It
we
was-
got all the way.
it was Kyle Busch to being a master of your craft to you wanting to learn driving more, so you can place in like friendly competition into.
Oh, we were talking about
this.
like tube chassis something.
Alrighty. I really don't know how we got there. But
Any of that.
to go back to the original reason why all of this was said, Chingle Bling will be here in the studio this week or
Like this
next
is
week.
like that. Who got my back?
So the next week's episode, we will actually be participating in the Veterans Give Back Day at Cycle Ranch. So we'll be out there giving people. We're gonna be hanging out and giving people ride-alongs.
I will be in
and-
the ocean.
He will be in the ocean. The funny thing is we joked. I shot myself in the foot by making the joke, but I was like, we can give people options. You know, do you want to see the track and just be able to ride along, or do you want to crap your pants? And they're like, all right, well, see the track and just ride along. That'll be Noah driving. I was like, I walked into that one. Okay, that's okay.
You want the scenic route?
And if you want to crap your pants, you go with Kenny. you go with Kenny, you go with Kyle, or quite literally anybody else that goes up to the track. Jerry Squire, that guy can drive. He will drive his butt off.
Who does?
He has the red, white, and blue Raptor with the carbon fiber hood. Where's the cowboy hat?
What's his at?
At Jerry Squire. Jerry Squire. You'll recognize it. It's all white with the red stripe.
I think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, it's second gen.
Yes, that one with the
Yeah.
Again, all cool guys, just having a great time hanging out. So we won't have a live episode next week. It
Yes.
will be pre-recorded.
So we are recording the episode Monday, so you might get. Be sure to follow us on social media at the Raptor or at Raptorstrike Podcast on Instagram, because we might be posting some behind the scenes stuff, pictures, stuff like that, because we are recording on Monday. Sal and I will be editing the video. We're gonna try to chop it up and just make it a little more like we pre-recorded, a little more edited. And then we are going to be releasing that at the same time we do the podcast normally. So it is premiering at 8 p.m. next Saturday. So we're going to do it at the same time. So it's the same thing as if we're doing live, but we're just pre-recording at this time.
And that has to do with schedules, getting everybody's schedules aligned and making sure that we were also flexible with Jingle Bling's schedule, and Monday seemed to be the best day.
Yep. So, and I mean, who knows? Let us know how you like this new format or this format of pre-recorded. Just put it in the comments, you know?
Sorry, I'm falling asleep.
Yeah, we're a little exhausted.
Yeah,
So-
today was a little bit of a long day, but you know,
It was a good day though.
yeah, it was good. I was up late last night, So are you feeling it, Mr. Krabs? Yes, my boy. Yes, my boy. Joey, anything else?
Estoy cansado, jefe.
Estoy cansado.
I EP.
EP.
The boy is EP.
Yeah, but to just say beanies are out now. We have about 7 of them.
Jet tags.
$15 or $15 for a beanie, $5 for a jet tag. They come in red and black. Shirts, those will not be for sale, but if you like them, we will order more.
OEM Raptor bumpers are also for sale. If you have a Gen 2 Raptor, remember, a quiet man is a thinking man, and a quiet woman is usually mad.
Thanks, Sarge.
Well, Sarge, you hit the nail right on the head with the hammer. Actually, I think you just annihilated it.
El
with the-
Mateo.
Annihilated the nail.
You got that. You sent that nail to the shadow realm.
There's no nail.
There is no nail.
And yeah,
different dimension.
shirts. Noah bumpers are going on soon, and we're gonna have video and stuff for that. And then Chingo Bling on Monday.
Good.
Blingo ching.
Blingo Ching.
All right. So, this has been the Raptorstrike Podcast, episode 44, right?
I think so.
Quattro.
We
What does it
covered
say on the title.
44. We covered bumper installation, rear bumper installation, mastering your craft, Chingle Bling, our big announcement, our first celebrity guest coming
Tube
out.
chassis F-150.
Tube chassis up front. We went everywhere. We're a little bit scatterbrained.
Kyle Busch.
But Kyle Busch, you know, Kyle Busch come out on the podcast. We'll do an interview and we'll do a little side by side race. We'll see what happens.
So we'll get some four wheelers out here.
Yep. And again, thank you to everybody that is watching right now and supporting the channel and watching the random episodes that we come out with. Really, none of this would be possible without y'all's support. You had the last hour to do absolutely anything else on the planet Earth, or nothing. That too.
Thanks, Al.
But you decided to spend them here, that hour here with us, and we really appreciate it. And with that said, be cool, stay humble, and remember, next week is Chingle Bling. We will see y'all in 2 weeks.
Yeet.
Later. We love you.